Adrian Wojnarowski joining us from home. And Woj, we got to talk about the 76ers because they're obviously having a ton of success. But could they be active still before the trade deadline, maybe tying up some loose ends on their team?
Maria, Daryl Morey, their president, has been active. And listen, he's always looking for the big blockbuster deal. That may not be available at this trade deadline. Two areas where the Sixers would like to improve, I'm told. Number one, getting a 4-5 man, a power forward center who can shoot the ball. Perhaps a player like Sacramento's Nemanja Bjelica, who is who is available in this marketplace. And then, they have some specialists like Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle, who do one thing well. Milton on the offensive end, Thybulle on the defensive end. Can they find some more two-way players for their bench as we get closer to the deadline?
Yeah, and the deadline's coming up quick, Woj. That's March 25th. We appreciate you stopping by. I know you'll be here tomorrow for the show. And we've got 2 Woj pods coming your way this week. The last one with Carmelo, it's a good one, so make sure you tune in or download the podcast. All right, coming up here on NBA Countdown, we're still getting you set for the 76ers and the Bulls. And our guys are still here with us. We got Jay Rose, we got Jalen, and we got Uncle P. So talk to me, guys, about what you just heard from Woj. If you are with the 76ers, what are you looking to help with this team? What kind of shooting do you need? They're 26th in bench scoring. I mean, what is the most important piece if they want to make a run into the finals, Jalen?
Well, they could use more depth, absolutely. But when you talk about getting more shooting at the 4 or 5, you're really just acknowledging Ben Simmons' role. And the bottom line is, it's time for people to accept Ben Simmons for who he is. He's already basically accepted, acknowledged, and now starring in a role that he's just not going to be a shooter outside of the paint. He's going to be a great finisher, one of the fastest players in the game, and dominant in transition. That's why they have Curry. You hope Danny Green makes shots. He's starring in that role. And so I don't see Philadelphia making a major move if it doesn't involve Embiid or Simmons. And Tobias Harris, to me, has elevated himself this year and deserves an all-star nod.
Well, we saw what Ben Simmons could do with that 42 points, too, when Joel Embiid wasn't in. So we know what he's capable of. We know he's a defender, but that scoring was great to see, too, on Monday. Uncle P, what's your reaction to what you just heard from Jalen?
Well, yeah, I think they could use a little more depth, maybe some athleticism at the perimeter. I mean, you got Ben Simmons out there, but I feel like they need another perimeter defender who can maybe shoot, but that's hard to find in this day and time, because when you're talking about being in the playoffs with the lights of having to guard guys like KD, James Harden, Jason Tatum, Brown, I just think they need that extra wing defender out there who can also maybe knock down some threes. Not taking anything away from Tobias Harris, who's been great. He's been great. He should maybe make the all-star team, but I just think they could use some athleticism on the perimeter that's going to add them some depth.
Well, guys, we got to be honest. The person that's been on the bandwagon for the 76ers the longest is probably Jay Will. I think it was a season ago that he said that they were going to win it all. Like, let's be honest. He's been waiting for this moment to come for a long time. So would you like to gloat now, Jay Will, or forever hold your peace?
No. Maybe I saw it before it was about to happen. I still have Brooklyn as a favorite. But, look, could there be a guy, you say shooting, Jay Rose, right? Like a 4 or 5 shooting? I mean, I don't know why every time I hear a 4 or 5 shooting, a guy who doesn't really dunk, I think, oh, Blake Griffin, maybe on the buyout market. Now, I'm not saying that's a great relationship he has with Doc Rivers. That's fractured, obviously, due to their days back in the Clippers days. But here's the one thing I worry about. Like Joel Embiid, like once again, lower back issues. How will this factor into how Doc utilizes him tonight against the Bulls? And also throughout the course of the season, like Joel Embiid, you need him to be healthy down the stretch because he is a difference maker on his team. If you can add some depth behind him, I think that can make a game-changing difference.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.